Hi YouTubers! Now in this video I'm going to do a Elder Scrolls V Skyrim strategy guide comparison. Now I've had quite a few questions asking me what each guide has and what DLCs are included, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to do a video on all of the guides. And then you guys can then choose and you can then see which is the best for you. So back in 2011 they brought out the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, and they brought it out on Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and the PC. Now obviously the PC had enhanced graphics and the consoles couldn't really compete with it, but nevertheless it was brought out for all of the consoles, and like every game they bring out a strategy guide. Now this was the first strategy guide they brought out. Now it was a softback, and this guide has 656 pages. And of course there was no DLCs then, so this covered every single part of the standard game without any of the DLCs. So this was brought out in a soft cover, and this was the first guide. Then they brought out a collector's guide. Now I don't have the collector's guide, but what I've done is I've printed off a front and back of the guide itself. Now this was the collector's guide, and it was in a hardback version. So just like this one, it will have been hardback. Now I've looked at the guide, and it is absolutely identical to this first guide in every way whatsoever. It is identical, apart from the inside front covers. I don't think it comes with that, and the back cover, okay, the back inside cover. But apart from that, it's identical in every way. So that was for the collectors out there. Now I may get this guide, it might be a little bit over the top just because it's identical, but you know me, I do like my collector's editions, so if I see this guide I might actually go out and get it. So that was the collector's guide. Then they brought out the 3 add-ons. Well, they didn't bring them out all together, but they brought them out one by one, and as you can see here I've done a photocopy of the add-ons that they brought out. So they brought out Dawnguard first, then they brought out Hearthfire, I think they pronounce it. And then finally they brought out another DLC, which was the Dragonborn. So of course they would bring out another guide to do with the DLCs. So they brought out this guide. And this was the revised and expanded version of the guide. Now this guide only came out, or only included 2 of the DLCs, which was Dawnguard and Hearthfire. Okay, because the Dragonborn DLC hadn't come out, I don't think, at that point yet. So they brought out this guide covering those 2 DLCs, and it says on here that it adds more than 200 pages to the normal guide. So this is the normal guide. So this has got 656. So you're looking at about, they usually add on, you know, if they say an extra 200 pages, they only mean 201 or 202 pages. So you're looking at, I would say that guide would have something like 870 pages, something like that. I know my screensaver's gone off there. Now as you can see, I do like my Skyrim screensaver on my PC. I love that. It's I really love Skyrim, as you've probably known. So yeah, let's get back to the guides. So it will have 202 pages more than the normal guide. Then they brought out Dragonborn, which was this DLC. Now that was a huge expansion, because what they did is they brought out another island called Saltzheim. So they brought out that as well. So it was a very, very large expansion. Well, for instance, Dawn Guard was an expansion with new quests. Hearthfire was another expansion, not that much bigger, but you could then create your own property and buy land and build your house and everything else. So that was Hearthfire. It was a really good expansion. Really loved them. In fact, I like them all. And then, of course, Dragonborn was massive. That was like another island of Saltzheim. Now, with the guides, so with the standard guide, what it did is it came with a map. Now, all of the guides come with a map. So, this is what the map looks like. Now, of course, this is just the standard Skyrim map, okay? It's basically the main Skyrim part, without any of the DLCs. So that was in the first guide. Okay, so that's that. Then, because they brought out all the DLCs, or two of the DLCs, they brought out this guide here, the expanded guide, with another map. Now, this map is two-sided, yeah, and it includes the Dawn Guard territories as well on there, and also Hearthfire. So they brought out the two-sided map. So let's get on to the next guide when they brought out all of the DLCs. So this includes all 3 DLCs. This guide is called the Legendary Edition. Now, they brought this out in a softback, and they also brought it out in a hardback. Now, this guide is huge, and I know it got over 1,100 pages. In fact, to be completely precise, 18, 19, 20, 1,120 pages in this guide. And it also comes with these ribbon dividers, okay, so you can see what page you're at and you can get to that page quickly. Because, like I said, this guide is massive, so you need these dividers. So I just love these little ribbon dividers in there, which is really great. Now, before I forget, I know that this guide, the collector's edition guide of the first guide, that also came with ribbon dividers in it as well. Okay, very much like this guide here. So this is the Legendary Edition, and you know, when I ordered this through Amazon, I got this and it was fantastic because it covers every single part of the game. All of the DLCs, the main game, everything possible is in here. And you don't need anything more. This has got the whole lot. And what this guide came with was a picture of Alduin's Wall. Okay, so that's like Alduin's Wall. And it also came with another map as well, identical to the first edition strategy guide, like that, but then of course they added on all of the extra DLCs. So you can see in here you've got the Soul Cairn, the Forgotten Vale, and then Saltzheim as well. So you've got absolutely everything here on these maps. So that was included. Oh, now got to be quite careful because you can actually damage these maps if you're not careful. The way that they're folded. That is not wanting to go back. In fact, I'm just going to put that down there and I'll sort that out later because I don't want to rip it or anything. And of course, you always get this within the guide as well. You get like an e-guide at the back with a code and everything else, but it tells you on here what you get within the guide. So that was the Legendary Edition guide, and they brought that out, like I say, softback and hardback. Collector's editions are always hardbacks. And then finally, just this year, 28th of October actually to be precise, 2016, they brought out the Special Edition guide, and it was for Skyrim Special Edition. Now what that was it came out for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and also as well they did bring out an enhanced edition for the PC as well, but it was more or less exactly the same for the PC, because of course the graphics on a PC are way better than what you get on a console. And they've enhanced the graphics and everything on the console versions, and they have brought in mods as well to the game. So there is more mods available on the Xbox version than there is on the PlayStation 3, but nevertheless you do get your mods, and it's really simple to get your mods. All you do is you go to Bethesda.net, you open an account there, and then when you've got your username and password, you can go to the game itself on the home screen, click on mods, put in your username and password that you've got created on your Bethesda account, and bang, you're in, and then you can start downloading all of the mods. Now I know with the Xbox you get 5 gigabytes worth of space for mods, and with the PlayStation 2 you get PlayStation 4 you get 2 gigabytes of mods. But I've got to say, 2 gigabytes is a lot, and you can get a lot of mods in there, and I love it. I think it's fantastic. It really does enhance the game. So getting back to the guides, they then brought out this guide here for the special edition. Now I've got to say, this guide, again, is a collector's guide because it's got the hardback, and they also brought out a softback version, both identical. This guide is identical to the Legendary Edition guide in every way whatsoever. They do not include a description of mods and how you download them. There's nothing included in there. But this is identical in every way. There is no added content, there's no extra pages, it is identical. Apart from the cover. The cover's different. That's it. Now what you got with this guide was a bookmark, because it doesn't come with the ribbon dividers. The Legendary Edition guide comes with your ribbon dividers. The Special Edition Collector's Guide does not. So that's why you got a bookmark with that. You also got a map, which is identical in every way whatsoever to the map that I got in the Legendary Edition. So that's identical. And that was it. Okay, so the only difference was a bookmark. And of course the picture on the cover. And that covers basically all of the guides that I know about. I mean, I've looked on Amazon and I've looked everywhere, and there is no other guides at all. So my advice, if you're going to go for a guide, go for the latest guide, because this covers absolutely everything that you need for Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. All the DLCs, everything. You don't need anything more. So that's my guide comparison. I hope that you enjoyed the video, guys. If you do like my videos, please subscribe, and I will see you all very soon.